Cause I was in the bed sleeping and I was just like, I've just been so annoyed because I am like so tired of Married at First Sight doing black women in. I am just so sick of it. It's just so tiring. Like this whole Vincent and Brianna situation where she was so specific about being matched with someone whose income is incomparable to hers. Okay, the same thing Olivia did with Brett. Granted, it's not only black women, but I just see it happen more to black women than any of the other women. And I'm like, I'm just so really sick of it. I'm just so tired of them. I hate to use this word disrespect black women. I hate to use the word disrespect because and very few of you will understand this and some of you will fight me on it. But respect is not a feminine need. Okay? It's not a need that women has. Respect is a need that man has. Not that we don't want to be respected, but we don't breathe respect. Men breathe respect. Women don't. Girl, so I was like, baby daddy just got home. I was like, let me come down here and talk to y'all for a minute because I was just so disturbed, girl. I was trying to find my scarf. Because the black woman wear a scarf to bed. But anyways, thank you for your love and your support, my 10,000 subscribers. I appreciate the love and the support. Thank you for the love and support with my books. I appreciate the love, darlings. I could not have done it without you. Check out my books on Amazon this month. Show you love. Oh, thank you for Cash Apps. Let's see. Because I've been forgetting to shout the people out with the Cash Apps. Okay. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up if you haven't. I'm just going to rant, and then I'm going back to bed, girl. Okay. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to N Turner. I really appreciate you. That is so awesome. Thank you, and Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you, girl, for hooking me up. And Jill, of course, thank you. And who gave me a cash up yesterday? Work from home, Atlanta, and somebody else. But I did give you guys a shout out. But thank you, honey. Sharon, always dropping something in my cash up for me to buy some coffee. Thank you, Deetra. Thank you, I appreciate it. And of course, Elizabeth and Nanika. Thank you. I appreciate the love and the support. Yeah, girl. I'm just like, cousin. I am like. Granted, they say it's an experiment, right? It's an experiment. And I've said this. I think they match the opposites to see if they really will attract. Last season, Woody was supposed to be the villain because I just knew he wasn't gonna like Amani. Beautiful girl. But I think based on what the friend says and what people says, I think he's well, let me not put that word on him, but he always want to be on TV. So even if you matched him with a tree, I think he would just be in love. Okay. So last season was a fail for the Married at First Sight with the black woman. Okay, though they matched Karen and Miles, who she's obviously not attracted to, and that's why they sent her the information so she could know she's not attracted to him. Okay, but anyways, this whole Vinny and thing situation, where Brianna was like, they need to talk about their budget because she wanted to make an educated decision. Well, you have the information, girl. He broke. He ain't got no money. He's a car salesman. Nothing wrong with a car salesman, but I don't think she wanted a car salesman because she was very specific. I want somebody who makes more than me or his income is incomparable. And Vinny making $20,000 a year, that ain't even comparable, child. That is way below the poverty level. I think poverty level is $29,000. Don't quote me on it. Excuse me. Be sure to watch my video on the budget. Those numbers don't make no sense. Big Mike just got home. I'm gonna have Big Mike to look at it for me. But you know what I thought about? I had mentioned it to him on the way out, and he said most people don't live by budget, right? This is why we're in the way we are as a country and in debt. Debt is a curse, okay? Debt is you walk around like that with debt on your head, okay? I've always been financially savvy. I've been on my own since I was 16. I had to. Mike was always financially careful. We we are Dave Ramsey's children, honey. We love Dave Ramsey. We took Financial Peace University. We were already financially careful, but I just wanted us to take it and be on the same page, which we were anyways. I would not have married him because one of the first things I wanted before I accepted his marriage proposal was his credit report. Okay. Granted, most people have a little bit of revolving debt. I'm not talking about revolving debt. You know, Dave Ramsey, pay off everything except the house. Okay. And so we really didn't have much debt. He didn't have much debt. I didn't have much debt other than my student loans. I was able to pay that off once I got married because then my income wasn't going towards household expenses because my husband pays the bills. He's our sole provider. And so I had enough money to pay off my student loans, and I was able to pay off my student loan, which wasn't a lot, in no time. And then we have our primary bills, our mortgage, primary bills, and my husband just got a truck. Was it last year or the year before? I think the year before he got a truck. Because we had a truck, we had his truck that was paid off, but his truck died in the driveway, girl. I was backing out. It says pop, honey. I put it in park. I jumped out, ran, left it in the hall in the driveway. You know how the sidewalk is your driveway, the sidewalk, and then this girl left it right there. Ran and got Mike. And he drove it to the mechanic. The mechanic said, somebody's praying for you, honey, because he said, I don't understand how you got this truck here. So after that, he was like, nope, pick out a new truck. You want us to be safe, especially when he's not here, blah, blah. So, but other than primary, we don't, because one thing I love about him, he wasn't in a lot of debt. It's like, credit card. Um, you use and you paid off the rest of the month at the end of the month. Now, so he reminded me that most people do not live by a budget. Most people don't know how much their budget is. If you ask most people, what is your monthly expense? They can't tell you. We can tell you because, we know what our monthly expenses are. And so most people also live on credit cards. So if you don't have any money, if Brianna is going to get her waxed and she don't have any money in her bank account, she could just use her credit card. So most people live above their means. They have credit card. My girlfriend got like 7. I'm like, girl, why? I only got 2. I've had the same 2 credit cards I've had for years since I was in college. I have the same 2 credit cards. That's it. I don't need no more. And they call Miss Hilton, we want to increase your credit. No, you don't. I don't need it. Okay. We use our debit card like a credit card. You have the money on the debit, just use your debit card versus credit card, okay? So most people live beyond their means because they use credit. So if you have a $10,000 or $15,000 credit card, you don't have any money in your bank account. You could have 15, 20,000 revolving credit that you're using, but you're not really calculating this in your monthly expenses. And I think that's what happened with Brianna and Vincent, because once you put it on paper, because when we did Dave Ramsey, that's what you had to do. You have to put everything on paper. You have to know how much is your monthly expenses. You have an online thing that you put all your numbers in, and all of those things. So we know our monthly. You ask me in private, of course, I put all my business out there. What's your monthly? I'm able to tell because I know it. It doesn't change. Okay. Primary bills, mortgage, the truck, PSC&G, the light, water, cable. We just got new cable. Okay, that's it. Our mortgage, the taxes, and the insurance is in the mortgage. The truck, the insurance, and the monthly payment is in the mortgage, I believe. Okay, our health insurance comes from the job. And for co-pays, my husband has a um flex account. Is that flex account? Flex account. Um, it's COVID now. My husband's not going into the office as often as he used to, but before he had a travel expense because we live in Jersey. He works in New York, so travel expense. But other than our primary bills, and I forgot, the little Michael's goes to private school. So our biggest expenses on a monthly basis, our biggest expenses are tithes and offering. Me and my husband, biggest expense every month is our tithes and offering, then our mortgage, then the truck and little Michael's school, and then the private, the PSC&G water, then that. But we know what our monthly expenses are, and our income is much say salary. We have a salary, except with my books and stuff. When I books and stuff, you don't know how much it's going to be. Other than that, we know what it is, but most people don't. So it's like once you put it on the paper, that's how we know our biggest expense is not our mortgage. Our biggest expense is my husband tithes and orphan. When we put our tithes and orphan together, our biggest expense is our tithes and orphan. We pay more tithes and orphan in a year than the mortgage and taxes and insurance combined. Okay. So most people don't know their expenses. So once you put it in the computer, girl, and you'll see that big old $109,000 show up, and your income is like 89, 80,000, $70,000 a year, you're like, oh my God, that's how much they spend for the month. That's their monthly expenses. Watch my video on that. I'm not going to rehash this, but I'm just kind of sick and tired of them doing black women in. Brianna and Vincent, a car salesman, huh? They don't make no money. Not what she wants. Remember? Taylor and Brandon, they really didn't talk much about money. It was more about his behavioral issues, right? To me, Mika and Michael, he had no job. Okay. Oh, I mean, it's horrible. The only decent there has been a few decent black guys on there. So let me not say that. They're decent, okay? But I'm just really, really tired. And then in these Facebook groups with the woman talking about potential, ladies, don't you think you deserve more than potential? Because what if the potential don't work out? That's why the girlfriend left Vincent, because he kept changing. Granted, this is what you do in your 20s. Try to figure it out, right? If you didn't have someone to kind of work with you all the way up to your adult and then kind of figure out what it is you want to do. Because I'm kind of surprised when 18 and 19-year-old, they're graduating high school and they're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, what you want to do? I don't know. I never thought about how. Bible says train a child in the way they should go. Little Michael's gonna be president. Okay, my little boy's gonna be president. Or a doctor, he says, the dentist, or a vet. Okay. We know the avenue, but he's really good with numbers. He's really good. My husband is good with numbers. My husband school for engineering, my husband's in marketing, so he's good with numbers. Little boy's good with numbers. Okay, that's in his report, A+ for numbers. And the teacher, where we had the report card, said Michael is very, very good with numbers. So keep encouraging him, but he's very, very good with numbers. Okay. So it just really, really bugs me, ladies. You deserve more than potential. Please stop accepting potential. And I feel like Bree and Paige attract potential because they're open for potential, right? Granted, they were on a show, so they were really expecting the experts to really match them. I'll come back and talk about Paige because somebody raised a good question that I need to talk about. I mentioned it, but I need to do a video on it. A lot of you talk about why Chris keep sleeping with Paige. Why Paige keeps sleeping with him? I can overlook the wedding night. Okay. There was drinking, the emotions was high. I'm gonna overlook the wedding night. But she kept sleeping with him. Why? Why Clara continues to get Ryan off? On coming up tonight in the previews, he says sleeping with her does not feel natural. It feels unnatural. It feels unnatural. He doesn't want to do something that feels unnatural. Okay. When Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna just do the roundup that I didn't do. Dr. Pepper, I thought Dr. Pepper was wrong about what she said about the dog. I might come back and do that. I think I mentioned that. I think she was wrong to tell Eric to talk to Virginia about the drinking. I think that was her job to do. She was wrong for saying Paige is a higher form of human than Chris. We were all creating God's image. Ain't nobody higher than nobody. That's what the slaves masters used to tell us, that the black people was a lower form of human. Wrong is wrong, right is right. Now, character integrity is something else, okay? But as far as human, no, we're all made in God's image. All of us. Ain't nobody made better. We were all created in sin. The only one that wasn't born in sin was the Lord Jesus Christ. But the rest of us, we're all the same level. We're all related. We came from one man, Noah. Noah, 3 sons, Ham, Shem, Japheth. We're all cousins. This is why we shouldn't hate each other. Black, white, Indian, all this, because we're all cousins. And Jesus did not come from the black son, Ham. Jesus came from Shem, and Shem was not black. Okay? So, we talk about the pay situation, but how many of y'all been waiting for your baby daddy to marry you and your boyfriend? How long you been waiting, sis? My new book coming out. I gotta find me somebody because this girl, she's not gonna work out for me. Hmm? How long you sitting here talking about Paige, but you've been waiting 55 years for your baby daddy, your boyfriend to marry you. You have 75 kids. And you're still waiting. When you gonna marry me, Pookie? When you gonna marry me? And he can't keep telling you, I ain't ready, baby. Marriage is just a piece of paper, baby. A piece of paper. What they say, piece of paper can't measure my love for you. No, he ain't gonna marry, boo. I'm just trying to tell you. So you is in the same boat with Paige and Clara, still waiting for him to change. Okay, so that's the question. Y'all want why Chris kept sleeping with her? Why she kept opening her legs? Why you keep popping babies out for Pookie with no job that ain't married you? Why you still shacking up for 78 years, girl? Waiting for him to marry you. You and Paige and Clara is in the same boat. And I think I said this last night. Some of y'all gonna be mad about me with me. What Chrissy said to Pastor Cal. I agree with him. Of all the women that matched him with Paige for drama, they knew and we knew it, and y'all said it. We all knew it. Us little black people, y'all knew Lil Chrissy was not going to like Paige. Pastor Cal knew it too. So now Pastor Cal's trying to come around and play like, oh, I'm not going to take that. You said you was open. He was open, but he wasn't open for Paige. And you knew that, Pastor Cal. Look, Chrissy's right. Anyways, girl, let me go back to bed. I'm tired. But I just want to tell you, sis, you might continue to attract broken male and potentials because you're open to it. Once I closed the door to the guys I didn't like, I never again. All the guys I went out after I was 28 that I closed the door with were like the guys that I want. And I have a book coming on the guys I dated. All right, babes, I'm gonna go back to bed. My baby dad just came home, so he had to go out to the work today. He brought me some soup from the island store in my bowl. All right, babes. I have a video on Shawnee's and Jeff, but I put that up too. Okay, I'm going back to the I'm tired. I was just kind of thinking about. I'm just so tired of it. Like, why would you match Brianna with Vincent? Why would you match her with him? And so now she's going to have to carry him. Now she's trying to get this grown little boy. Hey, is she? She sound like me trying to wake Michael up in the morning. You know, school mornings we have to drag him out of the bed. Monday and Sunday, girl, he be up at 5 o'clock looking at us. And you know what we be doing early in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, married people. He be up like, mommy, the sun is coming. The sun, wake up, wake up. The sun, the sun. Sun is out, mommy and daddy. It's time to get up. Get up. That's how Brianna was waking up her grown husband. And at first I was like, girl, let that man sleep. He going out making all this luxury car broker money. Then come to find out he say, you know, I drive every day, child. And then I thought about I ain't making no luxury cars, sis. That man is broker than a church mouse. All right, I'm going back to bed. I'm tired. I'm going back to bed, girl. I love you. Remember my books on Amazon. Bye. 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 Bye.